As I continued to become more aware of my surroundings, now I could see when I went out with my mother, they would always call her by her first name, Julia. I said, well, wait a minute, what is this, what's with this first name thing here with everybody, with all the blacks, but you gotta go with Mr. or Miss with the whites. So I used to talk with my mother. I said, Mom, why do you have to go, when you around the white folk, call them Miss, but they call you Julia? Oh, leave it alone, she would tell me. I say, okay. But an issue took place with her that changed her mind. She was housekeeping for a family out on Anastasia. And at the time, I'm mowing lawns to keep a few dollars in my pocket. She came to me one hot summer day. Purcell, the lady I work for needs her yard cut. And would you mind cutting her yard for me? I'll drop you out there. It was hot that day. I didn't want to. I said, all right, Mom, okay, all right. I'll go out and cut the yard. I said, normally I charge $15 an average yard. I'll charge the lady 10 since it's your friend. All right, she took me out, dropped me out, introduced me. It was hot. I'm out there in that sweltering sun mowing her lawn. Lady comes to her garage door and says, look, Purcell, would you like a cold drink and a sandwich? I say, yes, thank you, ma'am. I thought it was very decent of her. When she prepared it, she called me in. All right, it's ready. So I entered the garage. She's standing at the door to the entrance of her house. I said, well, okay, well, oh, she said it's over there. So I looked and I walked over. She's got the sandwich and the drink on the garage floor next to her dog's bowl. So I said, wow, what is going on with the mindset of these folk? All right, you put me in the level of your dog. Huh? Okay, all right. I said, look, miss, do me a favor, can I use your phone? What's the matter? I said, look, may I use your phone? Well, I can't understand what the, and she said, all right, come on in. She allowed me to use the phone. I called my mother. And I said, Mom, do you know what this woman just did? And I explained what she just did. And I could hear the breath just going out of my mother on the phone. She said, Purcell, put her on the line. All right, which I did. The woman says, well, Julia, I didn't. She said, look, darling, how could you do that to my child? I thought we were friends. And she said, not only my child, how could you do that to any child? Well, she's trying to explain. She said, look, okay, put my son back on the line, which she did. Purcell, I'll be there to pick you up. Just wait out front. Now, she picked me up. I'm still living here in Lincolnville with my great-grandmother. She took me out to West Augustine. We sat and talked. She said, you know something? Now I see what you're talking about. I said, I'm glad you do, Mom. And from that day forward, she started demonstrating, and my father started demonstrating. And a lot of the black adults started demonstrating with, or protesting with their kids. Because, my perspective was, what are they, in a trance? Can't they see what's going on around them? I mean, no, respect is something I give. It's not something that you can demand. And that was always my attitude. So anyhow, but I think the adults started really now picking it up and joining in the protest. All of a sudden now you get guys like Dr. King and Andy Young and Jesse Jackson. They're all coming down to participate or to bring attention. Many in the black community called them agitators, which to me I thought was the stupidest thing any black person living in Lincolnville at that time could say. No, the agitators were the young folk who were being denied basic civil rights. We were the agitators. King, Dr. King, and his entourage just brought focus to that.